Hey everybody, welcome to Happenz, week number 304. For a second there, it didn't even face me because what's new.
You needed that, right? You know why? You didn't get the camera ready.
It's ready, it's rolling.
Well, it took you forever. Well, girls, is that embarrassing?
No. Yes.
You're about ready to lose your job.
Thank you, Hallie.
Hallie, job's on the line. How old are you?
9.
Come here. Come here. Come here. So here's the deal. You work on Thursdays, right?
Yes.
And you think you need this Thursday off?
For a birthday party?
Obviously, that's what the heck. You're 9? You think you need a day off?
Did you request that in writing?
No, she did not. I asked her that last week. And you want another Thursday off?
Another birthday party.
Another? That's like 2 Thursdays in a row.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world can we keep you here employed at the mass amount of money that we're paying you?
You're not paying me.
Your dad's not paying you? Whoa.
Oh. It's almost like I set that up.
You are not paying your kid? Pyro world.
Maybe
How
not
can Christ get
monetarily.
away with this? Oh,
You made her in bobbleheads. Sorry, Aaron.
She's so distraught.
I don't know what to say. Wow, that kind of drops the bomb on my 27th anniversary in chiropractic. Whew. What are we going to talk
Is that
about?
what we're going to talk about?
We're going to talk about vision and purpose. I'm kind of right now thinking about talking about child welfare, child labor laws. Jeez, bro. You're not going to come back to work, are you? You're like out of here.
You don't work on Thursdays.
You got a point there. So I really can't say if you work or not, do I?
He's been here a lot of Thursdays lately.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to talk about. So it was like 27 years ago today, I opened up this practice. And, it's kind of funny because when I told the story, but I almost like said sayonara, what, like 2 months ago? Not in a real way sayonara, that was 4 months ago.
Yeah.
But sayonara 2 months ago to do something else. But that didn't work.
No.
So, I think what we're going to talk about, and this is even for people watching, is because we do this, you set out on a vision and you decide you want to do something. And a lot of times when you, and pipe in when you want, because I'll keep talking forever. But, when I decided to open up my practice a long time ago, back in the 80s, were you even born yet?
Mm-mm.
Were you born yet? Yeah, whatever. Were you born? You were still in diapers. Well, that just happened a couple years ago. So
When
we did that.
you opened, I was actually 6.5 months old.
And he's still in diapers. but it's kind of funny when we did it because I worked for Dr. Troxel for a long time, and he was a great chiropractor. And then we decided to open up our own practice. And
I thought you were forced to open up your own.
well, I kind of was forced to open up my own practice. I can't teach you anymore. Get out of here. And I was like, what does that mean? It was a polite way of saying you're fired. Get out of here. I can't teach you anymore. But I don't want to leave. As I'm hanging onto his leg, And but I went to all these banks and nobody wanted to give me any money. And so I remember I went to, can I say he's not a patient, I can say his name's Scott Bradley, cool dude at Southwest Bank. And I explained it to him what I wanted to do and open up my practice. And he's like, and already I'd been told like by, I don't know, 10 or 12 banks, it's, oh yeah, we're going to think about it. I'd go home, I'd get all pumped up. Then 3 days later, it'd go, it ain't going to happen. And so after like 10 or 12 times, you're like, are you kidding me? So I went into Scott. And he's like, yeah, we're going to do it. And I remember I leaned forward and I said, don't give me that line. I don't know how I said it, but it's like, I don't want to hear that. I've got a vision. This is what I'm going to do. We're going to open up a great practice. We're going to serve and check families. So don't give me the line. He goes, no, really, I'm going to do it. And I was like, seriously? You're going to trust me? And so we opened up our clinic, and Sean's dad helped me out financially. And then I remember this is when Sean's dad and I, Leo, I remember we went to Sutherland's Lumber and we started buying wood. You guys don't know Sutherland's, you know what it is, but it's out on Maple Street. And we'd have them deliver wood, and we literally physically built our very first clinic with our own hands. And as we're building, I remember sitting, this is before I knew what all it was now, what a vision was and stuff like that. whenever we built it, I was like, man, we're going to check lots of families in here. We're going to stick with the principles of chiropractic, which means, you know, we're not going to do any other thing than what I know chiropractic is. For those of you who disagree with that, I would be more than happy to debate you on that issue, publicly, of course.
Good luck.
Not in front of the keyboard, but like Michael Kane, publicly. I don't travel anymore, so you're going to have to come to Omaha, see if your bosses will let you off work. What are ratings doing right now, Sean? Thank you very much. So,
We would also host the event.
oh, we'd have it right here. I'd love to debate him on what chiropractic is.
We
Because,
cater in.
yeah, he could have hot dogs. So, anyway, we're not going to let him have the good food. And so, but we never ever strayed from what we wanted to do. I remember we were building a clinic, and I think the hardest thing was hanging the lead. We bought this, Sean and I, we went and picked up, my wife and I, we picked up this roll of lead in our little Chevy S10 pickup. This thing weighed, you know, the lead weighed more than the truck, and in the back of it's like that. The two front wheels are off. But we rolled that lead up, which is probably toxic, up on the wall by ourselves, and we glued it because you couldn't nail it because it would punch a hole in it. So you could get the lead something nails around the edge. And the only thing that I had somebody do was we had somebody put the X-ray machine. Everything else we built ourselves. I do remember one of the things we did is we were running an electrical line in there, and for those of you who are electricians, there's this silver bar in the fuse box. Do not grab that. Because I'm pulling the wire through, it was this way, and it was on that wall, and I'm pulling it, and I need something to grab onto it. About the time I reached up to grab, I heard him say, it was too late, because it went, and zapped the crud out of me, but I survived that. And, but you know what, we opened up, and our goal was, what's that? I was like, oh, that hurt. I mean, it was like, dang it. But you know, our intent when we opened up was to do exactly the same thing that we do today. We've never strayed. We wanted to check families. We had a business model that really, it's interesting, it's changed a few times, but it's back to what we're doing today with the help of these lovely, wonderful ladies, including you, Little Price.
Thank you.
If you come back to work on a Thursday, we'll see. You're taking 2 off. So, but whatever, you know, your dad does work on Thursdays, so I guess you can do that. Because I don't work on Thursdays, so I don't have to say. Thank you.
You still
for
come
pointing
in
it out.
though.
Oh, so I do show up and work on Thursdays.
You don't work. You just show up. You just show up.
She's tough, man. She is tough. Good luck when she tries to get a car price. You're losing that one. So, and a phone. You're losing. Yeah, you'll lose. Trust me. You're down. That's 0-2, buddy. But, you know, we never ever changed what our vision and our purpose was when we opened up in 1989. We wanted to check families. And along the way, there were hiccups. So like when you decide to set a goal and have a vision, you're going to have hiccups. And you're going to get thrown curveballs and challenges, but don't quit. And we did, man. We had them thrown at us that, you know, you can't do that, you can't do this, and we stuck with it. And it's kind of cool because I look back on it and I've seen some of the goof stuff in our profession where chiropractors change their course or get out for whatever reason because the profession doesn't work for them. Maybe you don't work for the profession. We never changed, and that's what I, you know. And it's kind of funny because somebody asked me today. I was talking to one of my very first few patients today, and we were talking about it. And like my first patient still comes and gets care. He was our UPS guy. Brought his packages. Comes in on late Tuesday mornings every few weeks. Jim. And he was in not this past Tuesday, the Tuesday before, last week. And he brought his packages. He's like, so what's chiropractors do? And I explained to him he had elbow problems. I was like, well, there's a nerve up in your neck. It goes down to here. We can work on that. If you've got a misalignment up there, we can help that. And he'd been to all these other chiropractors. Funny, he's like, they rub this stuff on me. What is that? So I don't know what that is, chiropractors, because it's not chiropractic. I was like, well, what about everybody check your neck? He's like, no. So we started adjusting his neck, and guess what happened?
He didn't get better, did he?
Weird, isn't it? Yeah.
No way.
So I guess it wasn't in the little thing that they rubbed on there, the magic genie bottle. So what are ratings doing right now? Very good.
They're up there.
Perfect. Perfect.
See the hole we gotta fix?
Nice ratings. So I wanted to do, man, because I haven't done this in a while. And but he still comes in, and and I go back to we never changed, and we won't ever change. The model's still going to be the same. We're still going to check you. We're still going to check full families, and we're still going to adjust you. And that business model will never change. But here's what I figured out with these three and these 2 ladies, 3 ladies, sorry, young ladies, back there who were hiding behind the camera, the other 2 girls. when we built this practice, when we were doing, we actually physically worked in the clinic. This is good because I thought of this today, if I can remember what I said. But we actually physically worked in the clinic. And I had to physically work to build my practice, the structure itself. And in the same process, we still physically work to build what we have here, which means we're still going to work to find the cause of your problems. We're not going to look for a shortcut. We're not going to look for an easy way out. We're going to still physically work to check your families. And I realized that that's what we started a lot on, is we're willing to work. And somebody, I think Liam Schubel said it. What did he say? I'm the hardest working chiropractor I ever met, or something like that. Mm-hmm. Probably, I think he said I was the most handsome one too. I should write a book. Does he have a book?
I don't
Schubel,
know.
do you got a book?
There's a rumor
Does he have a book?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I thought I heard somebody
Yeah.
say something about it.
But you've got to work to build your practice. You've got to work for your patients, and we'll work for you. So there's my rant.
I'm honored to be a part of this, and I gotta learn from this guy. And
That's across the street we met.
right there,
Yeah.
Mark Toloff.
There's still a clip on.
He was not Anyway,
Hold on.
That was 7 years ago September, or is it 8 years ago?
Sensitive
It's
stuff.
going to be 7 years ago this September?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So that you were 4 years ago March, 3 years ago? 4. Okay. So, and you we found on the roadside. So, we didn't have a choice.
Remember those couple times you tried to change the locks in the front doors?
On you?
Yeah.
Still am.
Still got it.
But anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, it's amazing the families we get to see. I've had a couple comments today that it's like we're running a daycare here, because we have so many kids that like to.
I thought they were talking about us.
No, well, sometimes. But
I sometimes think that.
I actually got a text a little bit ago that one of our patients is going to labor, and she wants me to come.
Just see the hospital?
Yeah.
Good idea.
So just go say hi.
That's what I would do.
As Uncle Matt. So that's pretty cool.
What about you?
It's been fun. 4 years.
It's been fun. It sounds like it's over. Doesn't that sound like it's been fun?
It's
Can I
been
finish
fun
my
so.
sentence?
There you go. What? Now listen to your daughter. What
Do
did
you
you
want me
say?
to start it?
Yeah, listen to your daughter.
It's been fun so far.
I got interrupted. Now.
She's gonna get a nice car.
Go ahead, Pricey.
No, but it's been a blast. This 4 years that I've been here,
So
but
far.
that's only the beginning of where we're going. So, I've been in practice 8 years now, and I had a blast the first 4 years, but then I found out there's a whole lot more to things. So it's been even more fun now, and learning how to check, take care of full families, seeing the change my family's made, and being able to help dozens of other families, tens of dozens of other families that we have here in the office. It's just been a blast. I mean, I remember when Dr. Chuck, who was my chiropractor growing up, asked me the question, what do I want to do? I didn't know, but he said, well, have you ever thought about being a chiropractor? Never thought about it before, but then all of a sudden, I started paying attention more when I walked into his office, and he always had a blast in there. The two ladies up front always had a smile on their face. They always knew everybody by name when they walked in, and we're the same way here. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows what somebody did last weekend, because we connect with them all and make it personal for each one of these people that come in the office. And so that's why it's such a fun family atmosphere, and we have such fun here, because it's not stale. It's not doctor-patient relationship. They're friends, they're family here.
I call it the white coat syndrome.
Yeah, that too.
You know the cool thing, and I'll come to you in a second, but I think the cool thing is, and this is for you too, Walk, you know I like to pick on you, because what are you going to do, quit? Oh boy, he's leaving us in the end of the year, so it's,
We got 7 months
yeah, it's
left.
not like he's going to go anywhere. So,
Wait, we got 7.
we got a few more months, yeah. So, but I got a Winnebago coming.
I'll explain later, Kate.
But the cool
Don't
thing about it
explain.
is
Let it
two
be a
things, Mike,
surprise.
that you said that. It is kind of interesting to see, as I've used to travel the profession, and now it stays home. But to see how some chiropractors think they should act. When we had the students here the other day, it's kind of funny to hear them when we took them out to dinner, which I wish you could have been there, because they're like, we didn't know you could do that. And you guys probably saw them too. They didn't know that it could be that way. And that way is the way you want to have your own practice. But I think even more, this is for you too, Walker, I think the fun thing about it is, and even for you guys, You know, I haven't known Mackenzie long enough because she decided she's going to have a baby. But I used Krista when I met Krista a little over a year ago. I think the fun part about what I get to do as the old guy here is just, and this is part of what I want to do, and I think I remember telling you this too, and I would do the same for you, kiddo, is to see the changes you make. And because we work hard here, and we work hard here for our patients, but it's fun to see the changes like you guys made in becoming who you are. You know, I used to always tell Mike this, and I was like, you don't know how good you can be. Remember those conversations? I said, you have so much, you don't know how good, and it's kind of fun to see that evolve. I used Matt when we first met Matt 7 years ago, and she goes, can you teach him that? And I was like, I can teach a monkey to type. He's not a monkey, but I said, I can teach him that because it's there, he's moldable. And I use Walker, when Walker, she's like, can you teach him that? I said, yeah, we can teach him that, but you got to work at it. And to see, like, when we first met at Famous Dave's that one December night, it sounds so bad. It was a dark, cold night too.
Really dark, really cold.
But to see, like, look at Krista, the changes she's made over the year. And if I could have you for a year, I could do the same thing. But you got to work at it, and that's the fun thing about it. But that means if we work at it, we work at it for you, our patients, and then you guys benefit from that too. So, go. We got to have a Dr. Matt moment.
Well, I've
This is a long one.
Yeah.
this is going to be.
So we better not have a Dr. Matt moment because he's talking now.
So, I've been honored to be part of this. I've been here for 2 years, 3 months now, officially. But, it was what?
Nothing, we're just counting the time.
Okay, cool. But it was fun having the Parker students come here a couple weeks ago because sometimes, like, throughout the day, the faces that they made, it's like, well, I remember that face. They would make the face, like, and they're starting to figure out, well, I can do stuff like this. Because I remember here coming as a student, one, I was a little terrified because I didn't know if I was even going to make it to the office that morning. Or I was going to get kicked out.
I remember that drive
Out of the car, doing 60
Kicked
miles an
out of a
hour.
moving vehicle.
I'd slow it down for you.
I was going to get kicked out of the Jeep.
I didn't want to scratch a Jeep, so I stopped.
No, thank you. But as a student, seeing it and being like, wow, this is something special. Because I had been in tons of other offices, and the energy, the relationships, the consistency, this was Chiro World. And to be a student and see that, and then to get to precept here, and then to get to move into practice here and learn from you guys, it's something very special that the community has. And the cool thing about us is that we're always thinking community first. If something's going to be made better, it's because it's going to benefit them.
You got to look at, and that's so true. You got to look at is where you live. And I think, some of our profession, they're so part of our profession. Some of them are so self-absorbed they think of them and they don't think of the bigger picture. I think it's one of the things that just happened here. So in closing, before we shut it off, essentially what it is what I was set out to be, and I said this like 27 years ago, Sean. I said I want to make the impossible possible and the wow how. And I think we're just starting to do that. We still have work to do, but we also want to do it with your families, and what your families get to do is the impossible possible and the wow how. So with that, everybody, we're out of here. It's ciao. It's time to go home.
Thank you, Grayson.
See you later.
Love socks.
Bye.
See you next week.